Today I'm going to go over a procedure called healthy problem solving, and I'm going to provide you with some specific steps that you can take to solve any problems that might be keeping you from meeting the goals that you have in various areas of your life. Problem solving can be used in a lot of different areas, whether you're having issues with finances or family problems or relationship problems or emotional problems, spiritual problems. This is a very versatile tool to help you problem solve. You might have already learned how to set realistic goals, and so this is just something that you can do if you find that things still aren't working very well and you need to address some of the issues head on. So I'm going to just go through some of these specific steps and provide an example regarding finances as an example for us to work with. So step one is to actually define the problem. Be as specific as possible. So for me, my problem is I spend way too much money on food. And so now that you've defined your problem, what you want to do is generate as many possible solutions as you can. And so for me, generating solutions, you want to maybe do at least 5 solutions. So one solution for me would be to stop eating out completely. Another solution might be to just not do anything and continue to eat out and hope that I make it. 3 would be to stop paying my car insurance so that I have more money to eat out. 4 would be to start cooking at home and get a trusted friend to help me figure out some good recipes and a plan. 5 would be to budget in some, like a healthy amount of eating out, and then also get a friend to help me. So those are just 5 options, and you might have more, and you could think of some. So those are my options. So the third step is to eliminate any unwanted solutions. So I'm going to go back through, and some of these solutions you might think sound pretty good, but some of them might sound kind of dumb. And so I'm going to eliminate any of the solutions that I thought of that probably won't work. Now I'm going to start with the car insurance one. It's probably not a good idea to stop paying my insurance so that I can eat out more. So I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm also going to get rid of the idea of stopping eating out altogether because I really like to eat out. I love spending time with my friends and doing that. So I'm not going to get rid of that one. One that I think might work for me is to kind of work with a friend and identify some recipes. Another one I think would work is to kind of create a budget to have a specific amount that I can eat out with. And so within that, I'm looking at the solutions that I've created and ones that would work and also the ones that I want to get rid of. The next step is to choose one solution, or in this case, maybe a recipe that allows you to have more than one of your solutions and kind of combine them into one. So for me, what I'm going to choose to do is have a friend help me create a budget and then budget out a specific amount of time or amount of money to use for food. The next step is to identify any barriers to that solution working. So if my chosen trajectory is to basically create a budget and still spend some money on food, but also get some help from a friend, one thing that would get in the way is if, I have a lot of friends that want to go out to eat and I really want to go with them. So what I would do there is the next step, which is address that barrier. So if that was the case, that I had a lot of friends that want to go out to eat, I might see if the amount of money that I have budgeted for food would work out with what I want to do. And if that's really what I want to do, then that would be okay for me to go. But if not, I might think of a different solution, or I might see if they want to meet up after they go eat, or maybe we could cook at somebody's house or something like that. So that would be another way to address that. Maybe another barrier would be just that I find myself in a pinch and I don't have time to cook food or get food. But in that case, I might plan ahead. Addressing the barrier would look like maybe planning ahead to bring some snacks with me, or pack a lunch, or go shopping at some point. And so this is something that I might address with my friend when I consider how I'm going to budget. So right now in my mind, I have a friend in mind that's really good with finances and knows how to cook. And so I'm going to meet with them and see if that's something that I could address, because otherwise I could set a goal, but it might just be too hard for me to meet. So I really have to put some time into addressing those barriers. So after you've identified your solution, identified and addressed the barriers, the next thing to do is set a realistic time frame for carrying out your solutions. So for me, a realistic time frame would be a week for me to phone my friend or send them a text and ask them if they want to meet and talk about my budgeting and just help me get a realistic plan in place. And then I would probably choose another week so that I could carry out my plan. So first step for me is to talk to my friend. Second step is to try it for a week. And so the next step after that, after you've created your plan, is to practice and share it with somebody. Now, I might, be a little self-conscious that I'm struggling with, keeping my control over my finances, but still sharing it with a trusted individual is a great way to kind of reinforce the work that you're doing to address the problem. Practicing as well, it's good to consider situations like we did with the barriers that would come up so that you can consider how you would address them. So practicing and sharing are two excellent ways to reinforce the good work that you're doing. So this is problem solving. It's a little bit different than goal setting, but what it does is allow you to go the extra mile and identify where there's hang-ups that keep you from meeting your goals. So this is just something that you can do at any time. So once again, I'm just going to go through the different steps. Step 1 is to define your problem specifically. 2 is to generate as many possible solutions as possible. 3 is to eliminate any of those unwanted solutions. 4 is to choose one solution or a combination of one or two good ones. 5 is to identify any of the barriers to that solution working. 6 is to address each barrier well. 7 is to create a realistic time frame for carrying out your solutions. And then number 8 is to practice and share with somebody. So thank you very much for viewing this video. Thank you.